This is Eagle Owl, and today I got to talk about Saquon Barkley. He has Giants fans upset. Also, Keely Ringo, CJ Gardner Johnson working. And lastly, Josh Sweat. Will he possibly regress due to the new scheme? But let's get straight into it. All right, so Saquon Barkley again. Yes, Eagle Owl's talking about Saquon Barkley again because he got Giants fans upset. Now, Hard Knocks dropped another episode, I believe, like 2 days ago or yesterday or so, and it was a part where Joe, whatever his name is, the GM called Saquon, and this how the conversation went.
I just talked to Ed Barry, and I think just mulling over this, the right thing to do is let you test the market and see what your value is. I don't want to do the franchise thing or all that stuff again. I don't want to go through that. We've both been through that. You know, if you really want to be a Giant for life and you're interested in staying here and coming back, just see what your market is, and then have Ed come back to us, and we'll see if we can come to an agreement.
All right, I appreciate that.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Can you give me your word on that, or you're not going to give us a chance?
What do you mean? Like circling back?
Yeah.
I mean, I already told you where I want to be, so.
Okay. All right. Well, let's do that. We'll go out and see what the market says. I think it's the right thing to do. I love you, man. I appreciate everything you did for the organization. You know, the 2 years I was here, and I'm not saying we're not going to get something done, but I think it's right if for some reason it doesn't work out, that you know that the organization thinks the world of you and everything you've done. But hopefully, you go out there, you see the market, and you say, you know what, I want to be here, and you give us a shout back.
All right, I appreciate you.
All right, Saquon, I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Giants fans literally took that conversation and said that whatever his name is, offered Saquon Barkley a contract. I ain't hear no money being offered. They told him to test the market. And they trolling and trolling Saquon Barkley and how he's a snake, this and that. But the GM literally told him go test the market, and he went to go test the market and got paid. Now, if I was a Giants fan, I would have took that conversation as like, it sounded mutual. Saquon didn't want to be back. The GM obviously didn't want him back. And if he did get him back, he wanted him back on a cheap deal. And I'm starting to get the Giants side a little bit because Giants got so many holes to the O-line, to the receivers, to the quarterback, in my opinion. They possibly added another hole in running back, but we'll see how that go. Then the defense, spotty here and there, but it's building up to be something. But that offense is in shambles. And when you look at the Eagles, we got almost everything intact. We got the QB, we got the receivers, we got the O-line. Defense need a little bit of work, but you can overcome a subpar defense with a great offense. Whereas though this is not the 80s, the 70s, the 60s no more. So you need an offense to get you far. Yes, defense, I believe, still win championships because sometimes it still comes down to that one defensive play. But right now, the offense gets you to the championship game, at least. So you look at us, we need really a running back. They need a lot of pieces. So they don't want to put all their funds into a running back. So that makes sense. And Saquon felt like he was cheated because he is that offense. But again, Giants fans took that conversation and they came out of that saying Saquon's a snake. I have no clue or no reason why they're saying this. But Saquon's like, okay, y'all wanna be on my back all day? He dropped some photos. He dropped some photos in midnight green. Pause, but that man looked good in that midnight green. And man, the comments are going crazy. Why would you post this today? Why you post this? Oh my God, this and that. Everybody and they feelings. I'm just like, cry, Giants fans. Cry, cry, cry. Yes, he's a Philadelphia Eagle. It's going to be worse when we play y'all. I might go to that MetLife game and in the link. I might go to both Giants games just to watch y'all cry. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna pull up to the MetLife Stadium just to watch y'all cry. I got to watch y'all cry. And I hope we blow y'all out. Because the last time I was at the MetLife Stadium about 2 years ago, That junk got empty by the third quarter. We was blowing y'all out. So I think the same thing is going to happen. Y'all keep trolling Saquon all y'all want. Y'all just getting a beast mad. Y'all getting him mad. Y'all getting him upset. And he's staying cool, calm, and collected. But when he step on that field, it's gonna be totally different. It's gonna be something totally different. Y'all talking about his age? Do he still got it? Do he still got burst? This and that. Okay, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see who right. We'll see if Eagles fans right about Saquon or Giants fans right about Saquon. Hell, we gotta see if Giants fans right about Daniel Jones because this is Daniel Jones' year. But again, shout out to the Giants, man. They putting out awesome content on Hard Knocks. This probably been one of the best Hard Knocks I've seen ever. So keep dropping that content, Giants, and keep getting my boy mad. All right, so let's talk about Keely Ringo. Yes, Keely Ringo dropped some footage. You know, like I said in my last video, a lot of these guys are going to be dropping footage. When I say I see Milton Williams like every single day dropping stuff, every single day. But Keely Ringo, you know, doing some things, doing some defensive back things, putting in the work. I believe he's home right now, meaning home as in Washington. I think he's from Tacoma, Washington, if I'm not mistaken. So he's doing his thing out there, getting ready for training camp, fighting for that CB2 spot, possibly the CB1 spot. But Keely Ringo's doing everything he can. Keely Ringo was a guy I like coming out the draft. I believe he was like a total steal for us. You know, he got the speed. He developed the talent as the year was going on. So the talent is there. So I remember at one point when we drafted Keely, he was like, yo, we should move him to safety because certain things he just didn't have in the toolbox. But as the season was progressing, he started getting better and better and better at that cornerback spot. So we'll see what he can do because OTAs look good. We gotta see what the pads, see what he can do, see if he still got it, see if he lost a step, see if he gained a step. And the competition is there because if the competition wasn't there, that would have easily been Keely Ringo's spot. But now he got to fight for a spot. Far as trying to start, he's going to make the team regardless because he's that talented. But far as trying to start, yeah, he got to show up and show out because Quinion's right there, Isaiah Rodgers, we know Cooper DeJean, Slay is basically a lock, and so it's guys there that you know want to start too, that has starting caliber traits as well. So Keely Ringo, keep doing everything you can to get ready for OTAs. Oh, well, I keep saying OTAs. I'm sorry, training camp. CJ Garner Johnson putting in work. I mean, CJ out there doing this thing. CJ is interesting guy to watch. You know, a lot of people doubting him as well. Believe it or not, the question about CJ Garner Johnson is it's not about his play. The question about CJ Garner Johnson is, can he stay healthy? Can he stay healthy? You know, he was hurt with us for a bit, but came back at the right time. Detroit, he basically played like 3 games. You know, he was good those 3 games, but it was only 3 games. And the question been about him is, can he stay healthy? Because if not, if CJ Gardner Johnson can't stay healthy, then you look like, man, is Sidney Brown gonna be ready? Is he gonna be ready to play? Then you look now, you like, oh, we got Mekhi Gardner. I like Andre Sam. Him and CJ Garner Johnson been working a lot. Andre Sam is the UDFA out of LSU. I like him, and he's probably one of my favorite UDFAs to make the team because how thin we are, and he could play ball, and he somewhat got that. I won't say he's CJ Garner Johnson, but they play very similar. I like those 2 guys. I think those 2 are really close. They do a lot of stuff together, working, and he's going to CJ Garner Johnson camp. So Andre Sam is a guy to watch for sure. Then of course you got Reed Blankenship. But again, besides the 2 starters, Reed and CJ Garner Johnson, it started getting really thin, especially with an injured Sidney Brown, who I believe is going to come back faster than we think. But you know, he might be rusty because he might have to miss training camp. So again, it does ask the question, should we bring somebody in? I don't know. But again, the question is not about CJ Garner Johnson play. We know he's a ball hawk. He hits, he talks his trash. He got the swagger on the team, but can he stay healthy? We simply don't know because it's the NFL. Anything can happen. But speaking of a guy people doubting, is Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat, Anthony Bona, he wrote an article and he listed all 32 teams. Like, what guy can possibly regress going into this year? He used Josh Sweat, and it wasn't like harmful words. He was saying something like, well, with Vic Fangio's scheme running a 3-4, can Josh Sweat do it? Can Josh Sweat thrive in a 3-4? Basically, like I want to call it the 2-point stance, if I'm right. Because he won't be in the 3-point stance because it won't be a 4-3. He'll be in the 2-point. If I'm using the terminology right, it's been a while since I played football. And a lot of the terminology is out of my head. And I damn sure at 5'8" didn't play defensive end. Yeah, again, Josh Sweat, will he thrive? Basically standing. Will he thrive dropping the coverage? We don't know, because you look at Jaylus Hunt, he makes his bones doing that, running the 3-4. Nolan Smith, we talk about Jordan Davis going back to that just traditional nose tackle. We don't talk about Nolan Smith actually going back into his, 3-4 type defense. We know he fit. We know Josh Huff fits in that 3-4 type defense, but we don't know about Josh Sweat. We really don't know. But Bryce Huff and all the younger guys, yeah, that's the scheme. A lot of them Georgia dudes, that was their scheme. But Josh Sweat been here for a minute. He been running 4-3. Even though we was trying to duplicate, Vic Fangio's scheme, but a lot of guys came in and still ran the 4-3. So we'll see how Josh Sweat do. So he's just saying, not as far as Josh Sweat, like the player in general, just will he fit the scheme? And that's a good question. Will Josh Sweat fit the scheme? I know we raised questions like, yo, why is he changing his number? And I thought it was interesting because now he's labeled as a linebacker. So that lets you know that, yeah, we definitely going to run the 3-4. I think he's number 19 now. So we'll see. We'll see how, it works out for Josh Sweat, and will he regress or not? I don't think Anthony DeBona said anything wrong or did anything wrong. The title was Regression. Don't want to hear that, but yeah, it's a question. It's question marks around Josh Sweat. Will he be able to fit the scheme? What do you think and how do you feel about the news today? Josh Sweat, yeah, will he be able to fit the scheme? Saquon got them fans upset. Secondary, Keely Ringo, CJ Gardner Johnson working. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm up.